Yo, what's good, guys? This is Chris from WearTesters.com. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel, the only sneaker channel here on YouTube where you come for the review and stay for the conversation. Today we've got a brand new pair of Wades, so let's go ahead and check them out. These guys right here came from the good people over at Sunlight Station. When you order from them, they do give you a nice little gift right there. You can also use our promo code down below in the description box. And what we have here is the Wade All City 7s. These are kind of fire. Now, some of you guys might be a little familiar with these just because Wade has been alternating between these and the Way of Wade 7 pretty much all season long. And again, this is the Wade All City 7. It's the 7th version of this shoe. Typically, these are considered as takedown models, also can be considered as team models. They can also be considered as outdoor models because the tractions on these guys are a little bit different than something that you would see on the Premier game shoe. And what I mean by that is Li-Ning is using what they consider, or what they call, tough rubber, and that's something that they use along the entire outsole right here. It's just a thick rubber compound that's real dense, and this is supposed to last a little while on the outdoor surfaces. And again, this is an outdoor friendly shoe, but Wade has been using these indoors quite often, so it should be a viable option no matter what surface you're playing on. But if you are a primarily outdoor player, then these guys might be an option to look at. The pattern itself is just a bunch of 7s everywhere, which is interesting. It's for the All City 7. You've got that traditional pivot Wade logo right there. I've seen this on, man, I can't even remember. Like, I don't think it was on the original Wade, but I remember it being on the 2. Mine actually peeled off on the 2. I used to play in those outdoors. Those were dope. But they normally have that right there in most cases, not always. I don't think it's on the 7 either, the Way of Wade 7, that is. On top of that, they got all of these extra little things right here. I don't know what all of them mean. I do know that that means Dwayne Wade. That's All City 7, so this is basically the team shoe or the model name. And then we have some dates right here. I assume that's someone's birthday. Again, I don't know what these guys are down here, and then Team No Sleep right there. So that's, you know, stuff that we traditionally see called out on Wade's shoes. Now, the cushion on these guys is cloud foam. Not my favorite from Li-Ning. However, they do feel a lot better than my very first experience in cloud foam, which was years ago. So you got to give them a little bit of like leeway there. But again, it's just not my favorite foam that they use. I do like the bounce cushion, the cushion, and also their dry foam, which they've only used once, which I think is weird. Once in the Wade line, to be specific. They have used it in other models. But these guys feature the cloud foam cushion. It's supposed to be lightweight, although these do feel a little bit heavier, a little bit bulkier. I don't know if that's the midsole or the rubber compound. So that's just kind of how they feel in hand. The interior features a cushioned Strobel board, and then the insole is a very thick, moderately dense, I don't know what kind of foam this is, but it's an EVA, and it feels good or well cushioned underfoot. Obviously, it's removable, so if you use orthotics and stuff like that, you can interchange those in here without any issues. Now, the materials don't feel special in hand or anything like that. It's just a basic textile, and then you do have some fuse overlays in high wear areas, stuff that we have seen pretty much like for the past like 7-8 years now. And on top of that, they have a synthetic panel on the back right there that's supposed to mimic leather. I do like the way that that looks. I love the contrast. These kind of remind me of the KD7s just a little bit, like not in the looks, but just the way that, you know, that molded heel goes along with the textile front. This mesh right here though feels a lot more sturdier than the KD7, so just pointing that out there. Again, this is kind of like an outdoor shoe, so it's built a little bit more rugged than the traditional stuff. Now, the lacing is standard, but they have this crisscross 4-foot strap right there that's supposed to add additional containment, obviously all the way across the foot and then around the ankle and stuff like that. If you remove that, I actually really like the way that they look without the strap. I think they look a lot cleaner, but this is a performance shoe, so having that strap on there makes a lot of sense, and I like the way that it's implemented. Now, the strap is a little bit like the Soldier, so a little bit like the Soldier 9s as well as the recent Soldier 12s. And then the interior collar area is very weird. For one, it's exposed, which is strange, and then two, it looks like this like neoprene looking material. It looks like it's supposed to be an inner booty, but it's poking out. But what I like is that inside of there, it's like heavily sculpted and padded right around the Achilles area, and then it comes up for not any compression, but just for, I guess, looks. And I just like the way that everything kind of like is shaped in there. I think that that's gonna fit nice and comfortably on foot without like irritation and all that stuff. Now, in terms of fit, they do fit a little bit long. They're a little bit roomy in the toe box area, a little bit of volume. So if you have a wide foot, going true to size should be okay. If you have a narrow or normal foot and you want a nice snug fit, I would consider going down half a size. Otherwise, going true to size, you should be all right. I can't play still. I still am rehabbing my calf injury. So once I'm on court, I will be testing these guys out, and I'll give you guys a performance review later on in the year. But if you were interested in trying these out, whether for indoor or outdoor, you can grab them from Sunlight Station. Again, link is going to be in the description box below. They're relatively affordable. They're about $105. And again, they'll give you some extra goodies and stuff like that in your purchase. Let me know what you guys think about these down below in the comment section. I think there's 3 colorways currently available. This is my favorite out of the 3, although the black and red one is fresh too, but I wanted to go with something a little bit different because I always get black and red shoes. Sound off below and let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all your support, and until next time, guys, have a good one.
I think basketball shoes are so weird because you guys have such extreme, like these things.
Are kind of chunky?
I feel like I could kill you if I threw this across the room at your head, like.
You should check out a Foamposite.
But then you have like shoes that are so flexible and almost nothing like. You have the extremes there. Which
I think is good, but they also have that with running. Nike Free. And those minimalist shoes, the toe shoes. That's the furthest side of weird that you can get. And then you have, what were those shoes that we saw in the store that had the big...
The Hokas?
Man, those were one of the weirdest damn things. They look like them designer shoes that those people pay like a grip for to look stupid, but it's just on a runner. And those were mad expensive.
I've never tried on a Hoka, but the upper is so flexible still, while these...
Yeah, well that's something that's always been like not a complaint, but a spec of Dwayne Wade. These are actually more flexible than they look. A lot of the Wade shoes, especially the past ones, have like a carbon shank that rides way up here, right?
Right.
And that makes the shoe extremely stiff, and it makes it really hard to move and to flex. It's great for a large-bodied athlete like an NBA player, maybe not for a 5'7" white guy. You know what I'm saying? And so like there's things floating around with like the Kyrie 5 or whatever, and like his PE has a very similar shank plate where it goes all the way up to the toe. That way he doesn't get plantar issues. Maybe he has plantar issues, I don't know. But for whatever reason, some people make like a really big deal about it. But like when the Wades have that, or when a Foamposite has that, or when LeBron's, like LeBron 9s had that, everybody was complaining. They're so stiff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like, well, like you can't complain about the feature, then when they take it out so that you can move,
right? And
then all of a sudden, like, and they put it on there for the player only, and then you're like, well, wait a minute, I want exactly what he has. And I'm just kind of like, no, dude, like his needs are very different than yours. That's what people don't get. People are just like, oh, they designed that shoe specifically for Dwayne Wade. It's like, no, they didn't. They designed this shoe for everyone.
Yes.
They just put Wade's name on it to market the shoe so that you will want to buy it. And then some people confuse that with these are meant for players that play like Wade. It's like, what version of Wade are we talking about? Rookie Wade? We're talking about like Last Dance Wade? You know, like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's how they market shoes. That's how they market them. The rounded midsoles or outsoles. Oh, so you could be shifty. That's not a real thing. It's just not, you know? That's an excuse or a reason why they did that. And they're trying to use that as a pitch to sell it to people that are gullible to buy that stuff.
You were talking about all the different textures. The tongue's my favorite part.
The tongue is my favorite part too. It's like rubbery up top, and then it's like mesh underneath it. And I like the way that the Wade logo looks and all that stuff. Like I like when they do this.
It almost looks like those old-fashioned pump it ups.
That's exactly what I like about it. It looks like the Reebok pump, but it's not. You can't pump it, which would be really cool. But that is a Reebok thing. So I love this little thing. I like how it cups your, like it's not there just to be there. It's there for a purpose.
Stability, so you don't slide over?
Yes, stability and a little bit of containment. I just really dig it. I also really like that these are cheaper and they're also for outdoors.
Yeah.
So like the rubber is like a key thing where this is another thing where I get confused with what consumers want. Everybody complains that like, oh, all these shoes are not meant for outdoors, and then they make an outdoor shoe. It's like, but I wanted Nike. No, like this is an outdoor shoe.
Yeah.
You can't have everything, like Nike's not it. Nike doesn't care about you. You know what I mean? Like Nike cares about you buying their shoes over and over and over again. This is a shoe that's made rugged. This is the thing. I'm not saying that these are good, I don't know yet, but if you're looking for specifics, they make that stuff for you.
Right, speaking of ruggedness, like this piece here is metal, right? Or is it just coated really well?
Oh no, that is metal. I didn't even notice that.
So do you think they took a lesson from the Soldier 12s?
No, this is what I'm saying. Nike doesn't care about you. Nike cares about your money. So all these Nike boys, checks over stripes, you sound like sheep. Like when I hear that, that's all I hear. You know what I mean? Because this right here, this is $105. Metal. This not gonna break on you.
Exactly.
Soldier 12s, how much were those? 140? first wear break. Cheap plastic. And you know that stuff happened in wear testing. You know.
Yeah.
There is no way that made it through. Not just athlete wear testing, but also people that work there wear testing and outside wear testing. Of like people like you or me or whatever that are in their wear test program. There is no way. Because I've played with people in their first time in that shoe, and all of a sudden they look down and they're like, bro, my shoe broke. And I'm just like, it's almost like that scene in Ace Ventura when he's coming out of the rhino butthole, but it's like the opposite. Trying to go in the butthole instead of out of the butthole. That was one of my favorite openings of movies as a kid. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. That was great. His arms